Thank you, Simon. Now from water reform to wealth protection, as the African diaspora continues to grow across the UK and beyond, many families are seeking financial solutions that reflect their cultural values and cross-border realities. One company aiming to fill that gap is Diaspora Insurance. I sat down with their CEO, Jeff Madzingo, to discuss how tailored policies, from funeral cover to repatriation, are helping African families plan with dignity and peace of mind. I did some research on your business, and I think it's quite exciting. Talk to me about the reasons why you decided to set it up.
Yeah, basically our business is Diaspora Insurance, and the reason we started the Diaspora Insurance 14 years ago, counting, was largely informed by a lot of factors affecting the African diaspora, and also experiencing personal tragedies where people in the diaspora lose their loved ones, either in the diaspora or back home, and financing was always a problem, resulting in a lot of people being reduced to beggars.
Was there like a particular incident? What triggered you? Like, what's your background for you to have said, no, I need to create a product?
Yeah, my insurance, I'm a banker by profession, and what really triggered me is I think some things build up from how you are brought up, and I naturally tend to have a knack of and focus of trying to create solutions for all the problems that I see around. So I tend to want to say what is the solution rather than worrying to say we've got a problem. I want to say we've got a problem, yes, but what is the solution? So my background as a banker, looking at how the communities were suffering, people grieving and begging every time we lose someone in the diaspora. Tragically, also in 2011, I lost my best friend in the UK, Lincoln Makotore. And I also, the following year, in February 2012, lost my only brother in the UK. And in both cases, we really struggled to raise the funding to take their bodies back home to Africa.
You talk about the solution. What's the difference between the solution you're providing and the solution you could get down the road there at a funeral service?
Yeah, the thing is with the correct financial advisory is that a solution should speak to the needs of the target market.
That's right.
And that's when we talk of the suitability of a product. And it is very critical, even from a regulatory point of view, that the solution you are giving is suitable for the need. So the solution that we gave is a solution developed and designed by African diasporas for African diasporas.
Yeah. Before we go, Jeff, I want you to talk to me about some of the products, some of the services, some of the hidden issues that people are not aware of until, unfortunately, a loved one passes away. What support and solutions does your firm provide?
Yeah. Basically, back on the point we have just been discussing, it's important to everyone to understand and appreciate that by taking insurance, what form of insurance, whether it's funeral, life cover, car insurance, it's not to invite trouble. It's just planning, and the planning per se is just bringing the future into the present.
It's an insurance.
Yeah, you're bringing the future into the present,
yeah,
so that you create a solution for your good if anything was to go wrong.
That's
right.
The
purpose of insurance. And our solution is what we call Diaspora Funeral Cash Plan. And a Diaspora Funeral Cash Plan is a policy we developed 14 years ago, and has grown exponentially. We are now covering 20 African nationalities wherever they are in the world. And the funeral cash plan is a very, very innovative product in that, like I said, it speaks to our needs, it speaks to the issues of transnationality. We do it as a cash-based funeral policy. We don't give goods and services. It's structured as a financial intervention. So within 24 hours of receiving proof of death, we make sure that the bereaved family gets their money. Once they get their money, it's in hard currency. And why we keep it as cash is because it then gives you protection without borders. You can be in the UK, you can choose to relocate to Australia, You can choose to relocate to Canada, Florida. It doesn't matter where you are, your policy still protects you. But even better still, with our policy, we allow people to cover their families back home. So the average African diaspora becomes a cash cow.
Wow.
Over the time, you become a cash cow for your family back home in Africa.
I don't know if all of us want to be a cash cow. Jeff, don't invite we have millions of viewers, Jeff. I don't know if we want cash cow title.
You may not want it, but the clan
It's
back
a
home,
fact.
the village back home looks up to you.
They rely,
Yeah,
yes.
they rely on you. So
Yeah.
what we want solving is we want to remove the financial shock of a diasporan facing death in the diaspora, and at the same time the financial shock that comes with the news that mom, daddy, brother is died back home, and they expect you to fund the funeral. Naturally, they say, the brother is in the UK, the brother in Sydney, Australia, the brother is in New York, they'll help with the funeral.
Right.
So we are trying to manage that financial shock and remove it from the
Honestly,
diaspora.
it's so innovative and thoughtful and timely and important, and it's something that you've of course been nurturing for the past 14 years. Really important to have you on. Just before you go, Jeff, again, you know, people are receiving these phone calls and text messages all day, every day. If somebody has just received such sad news, what is your advice on the first steps that they should take, please?
Yeah, basically, over the long term, issues of location, issues of choice are fluid. So they are not fixed. So you want a solution that speaks to that. And if someone gets bad news, if they are on our portfolio as a client, the first thing we need is just to have proof of death. And they fill in a claim form. We make sure that everything is okay and is validated within 24 hours. Cash is available. Whether you are covered, it's cash for you to travel back home to a funeral, or it's cash for you to cover a funeral offshore in the diaspora. We make sure that the cash is available immediately.
Yes.